It's time for an ICU shift recap coming from my couch with my coffee because I'm very tired this morning. This shift started off really good and ended really bad, so let's recap it. Start off by getting report. Already knew the patients because I was there the day prior, and then for the first hour, no one really needed anything, and so I did some training. We have our annual modules due in June, and there's so many of them, so I spent an hour trying to get some of them out of the way. And I ran around and said hi to the nurses that were newer for that shift. Some of the same nurses were back because I, 2 shifts in a row. So said hi to the ones that were newer to me on the unit. And then at 9 o'clock, helped a nurse clean up a patient and then turned to someone after that. We got a new patient at 9:30 that needed intubated and bronched, so we did all those things, intubated, bronched, all the things. Then I went and got my breakfast burrito, and when I got back, I helped label some lines for a nurse to just get things organized and catch them up. At 11, I ultrasounded an IV on a patient that needed another IV because their central line was getting pulled, and then at 11:15, I wiped down a bed that we were going to be using to transfer a patient out. After that, I sat down, did a little bit more training, and then spent a little bit of time helping some more nurses clean up their patients. 1400, we got a new admission, and this patient needed more IV access, and I tried to ultrasound twice, and I just both veins blew on me. So I ended up having someone else come try to put an IV in, and they also couldn't get it, which made me feel better. My neck is so red, by the way. I just twisted my necklace like this, and it, looks bad. Ended up having to call our line team to put in like a midline, so made me feel a little better about myself. And then I took my lunch break after that. 1600, we got a new admission. This person was very, very, very sick, and so I ultrasounded another IV, put in a Foley. We did labs. We put that was supposed to say pressors. We're hanging pressors, fluids. I spent a lot of time in that room towards the end of my shift. At 17:30, I went around to the nurses and got updates on all the patients. And then at 1800, I drew some labs that a patient needed for something. At 18:30, I went around and kind of just was like checking in all of the nurses last minute, making sure no one needed anything before I was about to leave. And then at 1900, I should have been giving a report, but we ended up having to call a stroke alert on a patient. And so I didn't want to just like deuce out because I had not even given a report to the night shift charge yet. And I knew this patient that we were doing the stroke alert on. So I wanted to go with them because I just, it's just hard when you're coming onto your shift and you don't really know a patient, and then like all of a sudden you're being thrown into things, which sometimes it just is what it is. But I ended up staying and pieced out at like 8:15. So I never stay late. If you know me, I really just never stay late. And this time I did. So it is what it is. And I'm very tired today. And that is my shift recap.